Welcome back to the Wilson Brothers channel. I'm David. We got Isaac and the Viking.
What's up, guys?
Is back in all of his glory. Today we're reacting to a video of do women prefer masculine men or more submissive? It's actually a TikTok.
What do you guys
street
think?
interviews.
Do you guys think that? What do you women think? Do you prefer that? Let us know in the comments.
I think we're going to hear some really stupid answers.
Are you excited for it?
Sure.
So excited. You're like a 6-year-old man. All right, here we go.
Would you prefer a masculine man or a submissive man?
That's a good question.
She likes him.
I want masculine, but also I want him to submit, but only to me.
Submit in what way? What do you mean?
Like, take care of me, do what I say,
Okay.
when I say.
Would you really want a man to do that, though? Wouldn't you want a man to be more dominant?
I do. Like, if we're going to dinner, I want him to say, we're going here, and we're going to eat this.
So you like that?
Yeah.
You like a more of a masculine man then, right?
Yeah.
What?
She wants both. You can't have both.
What does it mean for I want a super like intense, direct man, more masculine, but I also want him to submit to everything.
Yeah.
I say.
When I say it.
When I say she has to submit.
I want a man who's somehow completely divided in nature.
I want a bipolar man.
Like, if you want a masculine man who's just going to be that decisive, where it's like, we're going here, we're doing this is what we're doing. Like, he's not going to be the type of person to submit and listen to you whenever you want.
I wish that this video was longer because I wanted her to go into what does she mean by submit to her.
That's why we're reacting. What do you think?
I mean, I wish there was something to react to in that way.
I mean, here's the thing. Masculine energy, or whatever the new agers call it these days, is very countercultural to the traditional masculine man. Men want to lead. It's not that we're domineering and abusive to our partner. We care about our women enough to know that we can protect them, provide, and go out and make those decisions. We're not going to make every decision. You can be a leader, but also a partner at the same time. But that's being void, and women want the best of both worlds. If you want a masculine man, you have to be willing for him to say no sometimes and say, no, babe, we're not going to do that. We're actually going to do this.
No.
It's because he loves you and he wants the best for you.
I mean, everything she said about the man being direct and taking action is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she also wants him to submit to her.
But
now,
she's sprinkling nonsense on top of it. It's like if I gave you a pizza and I put anchovies on the top and said, eat this.
just eat this.
Just eat this. It's pizza. You like pizza, right?
Well,
Do you
it's
also
just-
like raw fish on it?
Fish for sport only, not for meat. Fish meat is practically a vegetable.
Well, the thing is men who are that direct are usually the type of men who are also driven in every other aspect of their life. They're doing big things. They're making money. They're successful. They're starting up businesses. Like, they don't have the time to hem and haw. It needs to be, hey, we're doing this. This is what we're doing. This is the time that we have allotted for what we're doing today.
But in what way do you think? Because we kind of have to think about what she meant. What does she mean when she says she wants him to submit to her?
She said it. When she wants him to listen to her in the sense of do what I say when I say it.
Yeah.
It was
But
very
But then she
clear
also
cut.
wants him to be direct and
That's
masculine.
what I'm saying. It's bipolar. She wants a bipolar man.
Well, she's describing a relationship where somehow she's the leader, but like wants him to lead when she's not leading. Like, it's not how it works.
I mean, marriage is a partnership. So there has to be give and take. There has to be honor. There has to be love both ways. But I'm struggling with the whole fact of what does she mean?
It's pretty simple to me.
Yeah, I think it's pretty simple.
I mean, you could see the way she looked at this guy. She gave him the googly eyes. She liked his hairline. She liked the way that he talked to her. She also liked the questions he asked. But when he broke down the masculine and asked her at the end, do you like masculine? She was just playing into him because she wanted him. She wanted him bad.
She wanted him bad.
She wanted him bad. So, David, what do you think the difference between selective leadership is and servant leadership?
Well, selective leadership is what she's talking about, where he leads sometimes, and then whenever she wants to be the dominating one, she is. But servant leadership is being consistent, being a leader at all times, but it doesn't mean you necessarily have to be dominating at all times. For example, the best boss in any of our work is not the one that's overseeing us and all the time like, oh, you have to do this and this and that, and they're not doing anything themselves. They're empowering you to get the job done, and they're making you better. So even in relationships, when it comes to men and women, a lot of men and a lot of women think of masculinity and being the leader as, oh, I'm dominating it at all times. I'm dominating my spouse. I'm dominating my partner, instead of empowering her to be a leader in your home and to make decisions in your home together. But there's still the selective leadership is you just lead when you feel like it. You can be a leader without being controlling all the time. I lead my family. My wife makes decisions too, but when it comes down to it, if someone has to make the final say on something that's very, very important for our family and we just can't come to a resolution, I'm going to be the one that makes it. But it's about empowering your significant other to feel like they have a voice.
Yeah, but a lot of times servant leadership is actually the responsibility and the partnership rests on the shoulders of the man.
Yeah.
Right? I don't only have the partnership on my shoulders of leading and serving and being that, but I also have the responsibility of, if stuff would be lit on fire, then it's my responsibility to take care of it. So a lot of modern, I believe, women believe that, oh, because he's the leader, somehow I'm below him, or I'm not enough, or I'm not adequately coming to the table in this relationship. It's the exact opposite.
Yeah, servant leadership is I will lay my life down for my family.
And there's a lot of responsibility with
Exactly.
that. And there's a lot of stress that comes with that. I mean, men silently suffer as in quiet desperation, which what Joe Rogan talks about all the time. We don't actually vent our emotions and our feelings as much as women do. We silently suffer.
We suffer a lot, ladies and gentlemen, but it's okay. The suffer makes it worth everything.
The what?
The suffering makes it worth everything, because when you suffer, you become stronger. But is there a limit to that suffering?
No.
Is there?
No, until you die.
Nah, it's just
You
constant.
suffer until you die.
It's just part of our life, man. I think what she's failing to understand is that if you actually are a leader, like if you have that leadership mentality, if you have leadership qualities, there's no such thing as turning it on and off. Like that is a personality. That is traits driven, genetic inside of you. There is no such thing as being a leader sometimes and not being a leader at other times. Like you're a leader always. Like it's always turned on.
Well, even if you're a man and you walk into a room, you immediately know who the leaders are of that room. Even if they're invited to an event, they're not hosting the event. When you walk into a room, within 10 seconds, you can kind of tell who's the man that everyone respects and that is guiding or leading that group, even if they're just a guest. It's just there's an innate being inside of us to want to lead. And it doesn't have to be always in a relationship or a business. It just is a part of who you are.
Yeah.
So men need to become stronger so that they can now lead wherever they go.
Being a leader is a big responsibility.
Yeah.
It doesn't come haphazardly. It's not easy. It's never free. And it always includes suffering and pain. But there's a lot of joy in that too. The best nuclear family structure is when the man is leading well.
Yep.
Is when he's protecting his family at all times, and the woman knows that she can be safe in that comfort of a relationship.
Well, there's a
that
lot
her
of
man is out there kicking tail and taking names and popping the lunch bag of his enemies.
Well, I have a lot of friends that are either married or in a relationship, and when there is not respect between the man and the woman, to know that the man is the leader and that the woman is the partner and they're partnering together. But when the relationships I know that argue all the time, you're always like, these people just argue all the time. It's because they don't believe in that the man's the leader.
If the man doesn't lead well, the woman becomes resentful, ends up leaving him. 80% of divorces are ended by the woman. So if the man's not doing his job and protecting and providing and creating that safe environment that she can feel safe in, that he comes home to, she's going to get resentful. She's not going to say it or voice it. She's going to silently suffer and then just take it out on the family at home, to where when the man comes home from work, there's nothing safe to come home to, so he doesn't want to come home. And then finances get involved in it because he's not providing. Then she ends up leaving. 80% of divorces are ended by women.
Well, we appreciate you guys watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe. We're also going to have another video right here where we reacted to street interviews on toxic masculinity. So check that out. We'll see you guys on the next video.
Peace.
Peace.